Hi, I'm Scoot, and I want to welcome you to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. And if you haven't become a subscriber, I hope you will. We're supposed to give you an alert every time we do something live. Also, I want to mention that the Scoot on the Air coffee mugs are available on my website, which is scootontheair.com. And 100% of the proceeds from the sale of this is going to a charitable organization here in New Orleans. It's a brand new charitable organization set up by one of the Marcellus, and it is Keep New Orleans Music Alive. And the website is keepneworleansmusicalive.org. And so I'll be writing them a check. Every one of these that's been ordered, and everyone that's ordered like in the near future, 100% of the proceeds are going to go to help that organization. And what they do is they provide an emergency fund for musicians and dancers and performers who have lost their gigs because of the coronavirus pandemic. And I'm really glad to help them. And I don't care where you live in America. Help us keep New Orleans music alive. And there are people here who, when people come visit, there are performers here and musicians who do a great job entertaining people. And they don't really have a place to go now. They don't have a place to entertain. So that's why I'm dedicating 100% of the proceeds to keep New Orleans music alive. In fact, the website is knoma.org. And you can check that out. Anyway, I'm glad you're with me tonight on Scoot on the Air YouTube. Tonight is another episode of The Truth Behind the Microphone. I want to share with you tonight the most frustrating aspect of my business. Nora says, good evening, Scoot. Nora, good evening. Yeah, if you want to make a comment here, I'll read as many of the comments as I can. Still working on our little set, which will be coming soon. I'm not going to be sitting here on my purple sofa. It's quite comfortable though, but I'll be in another setting very soon. I love my job. I love what I do. I've been doing it for a long time, a very long time. I don't know what else I would do. I think this is why God put me here, to do what I'm doing. Shatney says, what else do you have in the works for merchandise? Masks. Scoot on the Air masks are next, and then t-shirts. And I, come up with some other stuff as well. But yeah, we're going to have a merch store. It's all on the website, scootontheair.com. So yeah, join me there. But yeah, masks are coming. The masks were ordered today. And what I'm going to do is, sell the masks for, as low as I can with shipping them out. But I'm doing it in such a way that it's going to allow me to donate masks, and I'm not sure exactly where they're going. I might donate masks to a hospital. I might donate some of them to like restaurants, or I'm not sure. I'm not really positive where they're going to go. But I am going to donate half of the masks that I order. I'm going to donate, and so if you buy a mask, you're helping me donate the masks to others. So I'll let you know as soon as those are ready. But let me share with you something really frustrating about my business. And I sometimes talk about this on my radio show. I received a text yesterday that said, I was talking about how there's real concern, deep concern on both sides of the political aisle about this election. And I've heard this before, so this is nothing new. But there are people on both sides saying this election will determine the future of America. That ain't new. It's said almost every election. But the right is concerned that if President Trump is not reelected, radical, left-wing progressives are going to take over the country and move us towards socialism. That's coming from the right. And the right really believes that. That's a real, true concern of theirs. On the other hand, the left is deeply concerned that the re-election of President Trump would mean a step toward a totalitarian government run by an autocrat. And that is a real concern, too. There are people who really, on the left, really believe it. And look, there are some of you in the middle that believe both of these things, too, believe either one of these situations. It all hinges on whether Trump is reelected or Joe Biden wins, or Trump is kicked out. So we'll see what happens. But in that conversation, I got a text from somebody that said the difference between Republicans and Democrats is that Republicans never attacked, the right never attacked President Obama's wife and kids. My silence is expressing my disbelief that anybody would think that. Obama's wife and kids were attacked a hell of a lot more than Melania and his son Barron. And I have been vigilant on the air about the president's son Barron. Offsides, totally offsides. Don't touch him. A lot of speculation about him. Leave it alone. He didn't ask to be put in this position, and Barron should be respected. Let him lead his life. Here is a comment from Robert Scoot. What's the numbers that make you love your job? What's the number one thing that makes you love your job? That's an interesting question. You can ask me questions too. I think it's being with you. Whether it's on WWL radio. I mean, I'm alone now in my apartment in downtown New Orleans, but I know you're there. It's spending time with you. It's knowing that we, even though it's not always a two-way conversation because not everybody calls and not everybody texts the show, but I know you're there. And it's spending time with you, and it's sharing life. And I share my life because that's all I know. It's not like it's all about me, but I share my life because that's the life that I live and that's the life that I know. But I love connecting with people because I know that there are a lot of things that happen to me, a lot of things that I see, a lot of things that I feel in everyday life that you feel too. And I love when I feel like I've connected with people, and through a phone call, through a text, or through an email, when I feel like I've just really connected on a personal level with somebody, that touches me. So, Robert, that's what I love most about it. All right, so let's get back to this. Let's get back to this text. The right never attacked Obama's wife and kids like the left is attacking Barron and Melania. First of all, again, there has been very little said about Barron, and the few things that have been said, I've like shut that down. I've attacked those who attacked him. That's offsides. But there were a lot of attacks on Melania. I'm not Melania. A lot of attacks on Michelle Obama and the two daughters, Sasha and Malia. So I'll give you two examples. Michelle Obama showed up somewhere in a dress that was sleeveless. And the right said, not everybody on the right, but it came from the right. How dare she disrespect the position of the First Lady so much that she would show up in a sleeveless dress? It wasn't like a tank top or anything. It was full here, but it was sleeveless. And I thought, how ironic for the right to be bitching about this, because I thought they were for the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Her arms were bare. So leave it alone. As far as the daughters are concerned, I will never forget the condemnation because of the way the daughters were dressed. The daughters were teenagers, and they were dressed like teenagers, at the pardoning of the turkey, which is an annual event right before Thanksgiving. And people on the right said, those kids are disrespecting the White House. They're disrespecting the presidency by showing up looking like teenagers. That was a slap myself in the forehead moment. I have many of those. They're teenagers. They dress like teenagers. They look like teenagers, but it was totally respectable. And it was totally acceptable. And we're also talking about the pardoning of the damn turkey. I mean, that's not really a serious White House event. And yet there were people on the right that condemned those teenagers. So this business about the right didn't criticize President Obama's wife and kids, that is bogus, that is stupid, it is hypocritical, and it was ridiculous for anybody to even send that text in. But the scary thing is somebody really believes that that is reality. And it's not. I can't be the only one that remembers these things. But I get text and comments from people, and it's like, do you not remember? Is your memory so selectively biased that you are incapable of remembering reality? Here's a comment from Shatney. It's so stupid. Yes, it is. I got another one for you. Check this one off. This one was, I believe this one was today. It's either today or yesterday. The days all kind of run together for me. But the text comes in. The difference between Democrats and Republicans is Democrats want America to fail to make Trump look bad. They do not want America to succeed because it would make Trump look good. I'm sure that's true. But it was also true with the Republicans. Republicans in power did not want, and I remember talking about this on my radio show, they did not want to pass something, they did not want to support an Obama policy because it would make him look good, even if it was good for the American people, you and me. And that's where we are in America today. That's where we are. I am sure there are, I know there are Democrats that do not want to support something that President Trump is supporting, a Republican, because they don't want Trump to look good. So this just really goes back to the idea that they don't care what's best for us. They care what's best for them and their political positioning. That's all they care about. And I don't buy it when they say they care about us, because it's bullshit. Let's see. Also, I got an Instagram message today from a guy who's kind of a constant messenger on Facebook and on Instagram. And look, I thank this guy, because in one comment on Instagram, he proves my point. Listen to this carefully. I was talking about the media, and what do you want to blame the media for? Because everybody wants to blame the media. And in some ways, the media is to blame for some things. But the media more reflects the political divide than it does create it. It feeds it, but it feeds a divide that's already there. So here's this comment from this guy. The media is fully to blame for reporting false information, especially on President Trump. Never anything positive, all negative. Let me read this again. The media is fully to blame for reporting false information, especially on President Trump. Never anything positive, all negative. negative reporting on President Trump is not false. It's negative. And there is a big difference between negative and false and fake news. So this guy innocently, unwittingly, proves exactly what I talk about on my show, and that is that people don't understand the difference between fake news and somebody makes a mistake on the news. And that's scary to me. And I try to bring this up all the time because, we need to know how to consume the media. And I don't always defend the media. But it's this kind of ignorant hypocrisy that frightens me, because these are people who are going to vote. These are people who are going to make decisions. And President Trump has been very successful in equating negative news to fake news. That would mean that Fox News did nothing but present negative news when Obama was in office, because it was negative. They were bashing him and making him look bad every day they could. Limbaugh, Hannity, bashing away at Obama every single day. And yet they were not powerful enough to keep Obama from being elected and reelected. And then if you're so concerned, so afraid of the liberal media is not strong enough to keep Trump from being elected. Hillary didn't win. So really, when it comes down to it, what are you so afraid of with the conservative media or the liberal media? What are you so afraid of? Neither one is powerful enough to keep the other party from winning the White House. And the partisan right and left, they don't decide who wins the election. It's people like me and many of you. It's independents. It's moderate Republicans and Democrats. Anyway, I enjoy talking to you tonight. But that is the worst thing about my show right now, dealing with the hypocrisy, the stupidity. This is a general statement. The conservatives who say you could hate the president, but you should respect the office of the presidency. They're saying that right now for people who don't respect the office because Trump's in it. Those are the same people that disrespected the office of the presidency when Obama was in, and they justified it. Well, he doesn't respect this. He doesn't respect the office, so I'm not respecting the office. He's bringing dishonor to the office, so I'm not respecting the office. Those are the same people that hypocritically today are telling you and everybody that you must respect the office of the presidency, even if you disagree with Donald Trump's policies. Hypocrisy. Political bullshit. There are so many Republicans and Democrats who are so hypocritical today that they're like a vampire. When they look into a mirror, they see no reflection. They don't even see the reflection of themselves and how hypocritical they are. That is what I hate about talk radio today. That is what is difficult about my job, but I love what I do. I get through it. But it is truly, truly frustrating. And the most frustrating thing about it is it's real. That hypocrisy is very real. And I experience it every day on the air and every day on Instagram and Facebook. I'm Scoot. Thank you for joining me here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Another episode Saturday night of The Truth Behind the Microphone. There'll be another Scoot story. I will be in Portland, so I'll have a different setting, but I'll do another Scoot story. And who knows? I don't know what it's going to be about, but I'll share with you a Scoot story in another episode of The Truth Behind the Microphone. All right, join me on Facebook, Instagram, Scoot on the Air, and you can order the coffee mug with the proceeds going to Keep New Orleans Music Alive. And the website is knoma.org. and 100% of the proceeds are going to that to help musicians and performers who have lost gigs and lost their way because of the pandemic. So thank you for joining me. I hope you will become a subscriber here on YouTube, and I hope you join me on Instagram and Facebook. All right, and join me on WWL tomorrow, 11 to 1. I'm sorry, 1 to 4. You know, I start working so early on my show. I think it really is like, from like 8 in the morning until 4. Anyway, join me on WWL New Orleans time, 1 to 4 in the afternoon, WWL, AM, FM, and radio.com. Have a great evening. Love you guys. And don't be a hypocrite.